How's it, crypto hodlers? Back with another video. In today's video, we're going to talk about what Bitcoin is not and what it is. I should have made this video a long time ago. Well, here it is. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back, you guys. So, in order to understand Bitcoin a little better, we need to understand what Bitcoin is not. Bitcoin is not money. Bitcoin is not an asset class. Bitcoin is not an investment. Bitcoin is not blockchain technology, bro. Bitcoin is not digital gold. Bitcoin is not digital store of value. Bitcoin is not a scam. Not a company, not a Ponzi scheme. It's not money for nerds. Okay, you get the idea. The reason Bitcoin could be considered all of the above things that I mentioned is because it can be used as those things. Bitcoin can be used as money. Bitcoin can be used to scam people. Bitcoin can be used as a store of value. Bitcoin can be used as an investment. But that's not what it is. It's just some of its applications. So what is it? The only thing I could come up with is that Bitcoin is code.
The tea in Nepal is very hot.
But the coffee in Peru is far hotter.
Close. The correct response is the coffee in Peru is much hotter.
Much, okay.
But that's three wrong, so I gotta give you the steam.
No.
Unless you want me to break protocol.
Break protocol! Break protocol! Break protocol!
Oh, I'm saving a fortune on dry cleaning.
Yeah, as boring as that sounds, Bitcoin is code. It's a new tool in the digital era that just came out in 2009. If you were to ask me what is the biggest technology behind Bitcoin, I wouldn't say blockchain, I wouldn't say proof of work, I wouldn't say the Lightning Network. I would say that the biggest technology behind Bitcoin and the one that is going to revolutionize its distributed systems. The implemented idea that in order for something to work, it doesn't require one entity, a central brain.
Shredder! Why haven't you completed my new body?
We can implement networks that don't rely on a central authority, rather that the authority is by the people, for the people.
And that government of the people, by the people, for the people, shall not perish.
I know it sounds revolutionary, but the thing is that it is. It is revolutionary. We've never had this possibility before Bitcoin. The possibility to have systems that don't need a central institution to decide things. Again, Bitcoin is code. Whether that coin is valuable or not depends on who you are. Now you might think that when you see Bitcoin's price go up and down, it has to do with the speculation of the asset. Because again, it can be used as an asset class, and so therefore banks and traders and investors are all buying and selling Bitcoin like it was just one more thing, like it's just one more currency or one more commodity. They're just treating and trading it for its speculative value, the buys and sells and making profits. Because of its characteristics, Bitcoin can be used as an investment, as a trading tool, but it's not the only reason people are using Bitcoin right now. Now, store of value and purchasing, that's another use for Bitcoin, right? To keep your value and to buy things or sell things. But there's another aspect to Bitcoin. Now, let's look at more general ideas of Bitcoin that to me sound better than the ones I previously mentioned. Well, Bitcoin is digital cash to make purchases and not have to rely on a bank or institution. Rather, you use it as cash that doesn't require anybody to know your identity. Now, Bitcoin is programmable money. Okay, I mentioned money before on the things that Bitcoin is not, and in the Bitcoin is category, we have programmable money. This is different than any other thing. Okay, money, yes, Bitcoin can be used as money, but so can pearls, and so can gold. It could be used as money if you really wanted to. The options are limited, just like Bitcoin, as to where and who's going to take your gold or silver as money. But it could be used as money. So you could argue that gold is money. It's not a very practical form of money, but it's money nonetheless. And Bitcoin is programmable money. This gold cannot do. Okay? Because Bitcoin is code to begin with, it could be used to program transactions, to have ifs and buts in transactions. If participant A does such and such at this time, then participant B will send the Bitcoin to participant A, and participant A will receive the payment if participant B meets certain requirements. You cannot do that with gold or precious metals or physical cash. You could argue that banks can do that.
It seems foolish to have all this money lying around.
Oh, you'd rather have it down at the bank where the Jewish guys can leer at it?
Yeah, money.
Right? And it's true. Banks are a form of digital money because now they let you do everything on your phone. There's really no paper notes or checks needed that as much as before. So you could argue that instant payments and transactions are programmable money, but not in the same way as Bitcoin because there's no arbitrary party.
Oh no, I understand. I just don't care.
It is a contract made by two people, a smart contract, if you will. Bitcoin is money for the internet. Again, that's an aspect that you cannot find in other forms of money. You could argue that banks can use money and cash between people, peer-to-peer. They can allow you to make transactions peer-to-peer. But again, you need to be confined to the rules of that organization, who then provide that technology. Whereas Bitcoin is there for anybody to use at any time. It's really money created for the internet in the first place. That's what the code was meant to replicate. The intention of its creator was for it to become money, and for it to be a currency, and for it to be traded. That was the whole goal, and it was achieved because of its elegant technological advance. But even better than money for the internet, I think it's a term that most advanced professionals use for Bitcoin, which is the internet of money. Now that, I think, encompasses better what Bitcoin really is. Other than code, the internet of money implies that it's a big network, right? Like, what can you do with the internet? Just the real internet right now. Well, you could do social media, you could get food online, you could get laid, you could get a bouquet of flowers for your girlfriend, some laundry soap. I mean, there's no limits, we think, that of what you can do with the internet nowadays.
The internet is really, really great. For porn. So I don't have to wait. For porn. Always some new sites. For porn. Browse all day and night. For porn. It's like I'm surfing at the speed of light. For porn.
But in the beginning, all you could really do was email. So Bitcoin, I think, is the same way. Right now, Bitcoin is used mostly as a currency, money, investment, trading, scamming, all the things that I mentioned, mostly because it's a new technology. We haven't really figured out what's really good about Bitcoin, but we will. And we'll start finding out because of the development that's going on in Bitcoin. So the Internet of Money implies that Bitcoin is a network that's going to keep evolving and that no one can stop it, and that it's just code ultimately. So to me, that's probably the best way to look at what Bitcoin is. But really, put everything aside, everything that I've just said. Don't even listen to me. Turn the thing off. Just kidding. Just kidding. Put it back on. Click like and subscribe and all that. If you think about it, what Bitcoin really is what is it to you?
I can see when you're not disagreeing with everybody, that you're pretty well agree with anybody.
What do you do with it? Why would you want some Bitcoin? Because I mentioned earlier that Bitcoin was not money for nerds. And there's some truth to that, because I think nerds...
like Superman. And the people who work here are like citizens of Gotham City.
That's Batman.
Okay, I'm Aquaman. Where does he live, guys?
The ocean.
I work with a bunch of nerds.
Or, as we like to call them, programmers and developers and coders. Those guys are using Bitcoin not as money. Maybe of course they use it as money and it's for its value, but really they're just trying to do things with it. Things that are amazing, that are going to make purchasing Bitcoin in a store for a cup of coffee very, very simple. But also things that are going to allow Bitcoin to have contracts between people that cannot be altered and that enforce regardless of who is who. Just treats every participant the same. And that is new technology. So Bitcoin is, what is it to you? Do you buy things with Bitcoin? Then you use it as money. Do you invest in Bitcoin so that you can sell it when the price goes up? Well, then Bitcoin is an investment. Did you lose a lot of money because somebody told you you were going to invest in a mining company and you're going to start mining Bitcoin and there's a lot of money into mining and you lost $1,000? Then Bitcoin is a scam. And all these things are good. Okay, even the scams are good, because they teach others to treat this with respect and don't try to get rich quickly, because that usually doesn't happen. This video seemed like a rant. Was I ranting the whole time? Think about it. See ya.